tonight, 19,000 women serving in Iraq. The enemy is everywhere. Now a new law would ban female soldiers from the front lines. The worst hate crime since the 1960s. Did a major U.S. defense contractor do enough to protect the victims? A Brian Ross investigation. The race to find a new miracle drug for pain. Why there is so much promise in pufferfish and chili peppers. Our series continues. And the new Star Wars movie premieres tonight. The creator says it's too much for young children. So why is he about to unleash a new wave of merchandise aimed right at them?
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Reporting tonight, Elizabeth Vargas.
Good evening. We start tonight with the debate about women in combat. A new bill is making its way through Congress, and it would prohibit women from getting anywhere near the front lines. Lawmakers are debating this proposed law at the same time that female soldiers and Marines in Iraq have become more involved in combat than ever. They are also paying the ultimate price in a war where the enemy is everywhere and there are no clear front lines. ABC's Martha Raddatz begins her reporting in Iraq.
More than 19,000 women are serving in Iraq today, flying fighter jets, providing security, helping with reconstruction. Every one of these jobs has involved combat.
We were taking fire everywhere. I just remember hearing the pings of the bullets. I shot one guy, saw him fall.
At first, when all the firing was happening, when I was firing back, I couldn't think. I just reacted.
35 women have been killed here since the war began. More than 300 wounded by small arms fire, mortars, but mostly roadside bombs. The law specifically states that women cannot be involved in frontline ground combat units or even be co-located with ground combat units. But here in Iraq, this all blurs because the front line is constantly moving.
There are no front lines here, so our forces have to be ready to fight all the time. Every single soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine.
Including women.
Yeah, including Bob, absolutely.
What this new legislation would do is ban women from certain support units that would put them anywhere near combat, blocking women from thousands of jobs for which they are now eligible. House Armed Services Committee Chairman Duncan Hunter defended the proposed legislation, saying the American people have never wanted to have women in combat, and this reaffirms that policy. In a letter to the House, the Vice Chief of Staff of the Army said that women have performed magnificently, and the proposed amendment will cause confusion in the ranks and will send the wrong signal to the brave young men and women fighting the global war on terrorism.
I think it'd be very serious problems for the Army if this legislation would pass. There would be major restructuring, major recoding, and the recruiting burden that is already difficult would be even greater.
15% of the military force is now made up of women, Elizabeth, and Army leaders fear in this recruiting environment they don't want to alienate any of them.
All right, Martha Raddatz at the Pentagon, thank you. And now to the highest-ranking woman to be held accountable in the Abu Ghraib prison scandal. We have an exclusive interview tonight with Janice Karpinski. She was the general in charge of the prison when the abuse of the inmates occurred. The Army demoted her, and she eventually quit. Tonight, she tells ABC's Ted Koppel that she had no idea what was going on in the prison, but that General Jeffrey Miller, who outranked her, did.
As you look back on what happened at Abu Ghraib, did General Miller know, or did people just sort of get out of hand?
No, I believe that General Miller gave them the ideas, gave them the instructions on what techniques to use.
When you say gave them instructions on what techniques to use, human pyramids, men with dog leashes on?
That's what I believe. And I can tell you with certainty that the MPs certainly did not design those techniques. They certainly did not come to Abu Ghraib or to Iraq with dog collars and dog leashes.
Why do you think the buck stops with you?
Because I think it's convenient. All the way up to the top of the Pentagon, they have a long-standing mindset about reservists and National Guard soldiers. And we are considered disposable.
So you're saying the Secretary of Defense knew or should have known?
Well, absolutely. And I would say that it is consistent with his direction for the military.
Which was?
Which was, we have to get on the ground level with these so-called terrorists or people that are known associates of them, and we have to operate the same way they do.
You can see Ted Koppel's full interview later tonight on Nightline. In Iraq today, insurgents detonated at least 6 car bombs. The worst was in Baghdad, where at least 17 Iraqis died. More than 80 were injured. 5 U.S. troops have died in Iraq since yesterday in the Baghdad area and in the northwestern part of the country. There was a third day of violent anti-American demonstrations in Afghanistan. Police shot and killed 3 protesters. This all began because of anger at an American report that the Quran was allegedly desecrated at the Guantanamo Bay prison. The U.S. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld said today an investigation was unable to find any evidence to confirm this report. On Capitol Hill, a Senate committee had a final debate on President Bush's controversial choice for ambassador to the United Nations, John Bolton. All eyes were on Republican Senator George Voinovich of Ohio, who announced he would not block Bolton's nomination. But his criticism of Bolton was harsh and blunt.
What message are we sending to the world community when in the same breath we have sought to appoint an ambassador to the United States who himself has been accused of being arrogant, of not listening to his friends, of acting unilaterally, of bullying those who do not have the ability to properly defend themselves? These are the very characteristics that we're trying to dispel in the world community. And it is my opinion that John Bolton is the poster child of what someone in the diplomatic corps should not be.
The committee did send Mr. Bolton's nomination to the full Senate, but without a recommendation for approval, which is very unusual. ABC's George Stephanopoulos joins us. And George, also sort of unprecedented was Senator Voinovich's criticism from a fellow Republican.
Extraordinary, Elizabeth. That's exactly right. He was the only one to break ranks in that way, but he was also engaged in a pretty careful balancing act. He was trying to serve his conscience and serve his party, and he found a way to vote against Bolton without killing the nomination and without doing too much damage to President Bush.
So will the full Senate confirm Bolton as ambassador?
I think they will. I think the Democrats are going to try to drag out the debate, and they're going to try to force the Bush administration to turn over more documents. But unless something new and very damaging comes out, I think Bolton's got the votes.
All right, George Stephanopoulos, thanks. The Defense Department is about to announce it is closing more military bases, which it says will save $48 billion over the next 20 years. Bases are often vital economic engines for their communities, and closing them is always controversial. There are 425 bases in the country. Today, the Secretary of Defense said that's about 5 to 10% more space than the military needs. The White House said it is reviewing its response to that security scare in Washington yesterday. A small plane violated restricted airspace flying within 3 miles of the White House. The president was bike riding in Maryland and not initially told, even though Congress and the White House were evacuated. The White House defended not telling him, but said it will look at its handling of the entire episode. Here in New York today, another example of the nation's crumbling infrastructure. This will cause havoc for New York City commuters. A major highway, the Henry Hudson Parkway, was closed when a retaining wall collapsed, spilling a massive amount of dirt and debris on the road. A number of parked cars were buried. Traffic was snarled. There were no reports so far of anyone injured or killed. When we come back, the employees at the nation's largest defense contractor gunned down because of their race. Should the company have protected them? Brian Ross investigates. Do pufferfish and chili peppers hold the key to pain relief? In search of the next miracle drug, our series on pain. And the multi-billion-dollar Star Wars marketing machine, targeting children too young to see such a dark film.
This is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings, brought to you by Nexium.
We look all right?
Well, I take pain medicine for my arthritis.
She takes it every day.
I didn't know it could put me at risk for stomach ulcers.
She didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know either.
If you take certain pain medications on a continuous basis and you're 60 or over, you may be at risk for a stomach ulcer.
I didn't want to give up my pain medicine. So my doctor...
Dr. Bachner is a very smart man.
Prescribed Nexium.
to take with her pain medicine.
For people at risk, one prescription Nexium pill a day can help reduce the chance of a stomach ulcer caused by certain pain medications.
My doctor did say that headaches, diarrhea,
And abdominal pain?
could be side effects of Nexium.
Talk to your doctor and find out if Nexium, the purple pill, is right for you. For a free trial offer, call 1-800-79-NEXIUM or visit us online.
Now she doesn't worry so much about ulcers. It's nice.
If you're without prescription coverage and can't afford your medications, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Now improved Roundup Plus. Its faster formula knocks out weeds in 12 hours. The leading imitator doesn't. Now improved Roundup Plus knocks out weeds in 12 hours.
Arthritis pain can make people say goodbye to little things they love. Unless they've heard the good news about Aleve. Only 2 Aleve are safe and strong enough to stop arthritis pain all day. That would take 8 Tylenol. Ask your doctor the good news about Aleve.
Me and B.B. King have a lot in common. We both have diabetes. He doesn't like to wait for results. I don't like to wait.
All done within 5 seconds. You just can't beat that.
Ask for One Touch Ultra. One Touch changes everything.
Medical news from Centrum Silver. A report in a leading medical journal recommends a multivitamin for all adults to help reduce the risk of certain chronic diseases. And the brand recommended most by doctors for those over 50, age-adjusted, Centrum Silver.
If golden fried is your favorite, but scampi is your favorite, then again shrimp pasta is your all-time favorite, you'll be happy Red Lobster's 30 Shrimp is back. Choose your 2 favorites for just $11.99, only at Red Lobster.
We're going to take a closer look tonight at a hate crime that civil rights leaders are calling the worst ever committed against blacks since the 1960s. A mass murder that until now has gotten relatively little attention. What makes it even more stunning is that the man responsible and his victims all worked for the largest U.S. defense contractor in the nation, Lockheed Martin. It has contracts with the government worth $25 billion. And ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross joins us now with more on this extraordinary story. Brian.
Elizabeth, all this happened in a place that has tried hard to get past its history of racial ugliness and violence. A note of caution, some of the language and pictures you're about to see are quite disturbing.
We got a shooting at Lockheed in the industrial park northeast. Please hurry, hurry.
It was described at the time as another senseless workplace tragedy. 6 people shot dead at this Lockheed aircraft plant in Meridian, Mississippi. The fact that 5 of the dead workers were black was and is dismissed as an issue by the county sheriff.
I myself cannot say it was racially motivated.
But an ABC News investigation has found deep racial overtones to the Lockheed murders. Workers say the killer's racist threats and slurs went virtually unchecked by the country's largest defense contractor.
Okay, do you know who it is? Yes, his name is Doug Williams.
The name of the killer was no surprise to many at the plant. Doug Williams, a longtime Lockheed employee who had told co-workers he was preparing for a race war.
He said, you know, one of these old days, I'm gonna come in here and kill up me a bunch of niggas, then I'm gonna kill myself.
Previously undisclosed Lockheed documents obtained by ABC News reveal at least 6 plant workers had warned management a year and a half earlier that Williams was threatening black workers. You're on my list, he told one.
He called his list the good niggers and the bad niggers.
Lynette McCall, a 20-year Lockheed veteran, was on the bad list. Her husband, Bobby, says she was so afraid of Williams, she increased her life insurance policy.
If this man kills me, don't forget that we got an account here and we got an account there.
Lynette McCall was shot dead at her workstation. Williams reportedly accused her of not knowing her place. Williams believes Sam Cockrell had complained about him for wearing what looked like a Ku Klux Klan hood at work. DeLois Bailey had pushed for more black workers to be hired by Lockheed. And Thomas Willis had objected to Williams' racial slurs. Yet because other blacks were spared by the killer, the sheriff continues to insist race had nothing to do with it. So unless he had killed all blacks, you wouldn't think it would be racially motivated?
That's my interpretation, yes, sir.
As for Williams, he kept his promise and killed himself. Lockheed says the murders were the act of a single individual and not connected in any way to racial discrimination at the plant. If there were any such finding, Lockheed's huge government contracts could be in jeopardy. But civil rights leaders say there's no indication, Elizabeth, that the Bush administration is making any attempts to pursue this.
All right, Brian Ross. And Brian will have a full report on this story tonight on Primetime Live at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. When we come back, searching for the new blockbuster painkiller in some unlikely places. Millions of Americans need it. Billions of dollars are at stake. It's our series on pain.
When I was about 17, I started Fry Farms. I sold our first load of pumpkins to a local Walmart. One by one, my brothers came home from college to join me in the business. 10 years later, we're selling millions of cantaloupes, watermelons, and pumpkins that can be found in Walmart stores across the nation. The business that we do with Walmart affects our growers and suppliers in a positive way. As we grow with Walmart, so do these other companies. Walmart has helped build the foundation for a great business. It makes me feel great. I love it.
Hey, Bob here for Quiznos, learning about their new Choose 2 menu.
Well, Bob, for just $5.89 every day, people can get any small toasted sub and any cup of tasty soup.
Wow!
Or they can get an entree salad and any cup of soup.
Man!
Or they can get any small toasted sub and any side salad.
Really? Gee, and I'm stuck with the choice of warm or cold milk.
Introducing Quiznos' new Choose 2 menu. 2 great Quiznos tastes brought together for just $5.89 every day. Quiznos, toasty.
Head and shoulders, knees and toes.
When your muscles take a beating, nothing stronger or faster than Motrin IB. Not Advil, not Aleve, nothing. Motrin IB, medicine with muscle.
Night. It's when most of the world sleeps. A time to reset our clock so we can begin a new day. It's all part of the rhythm of life. But for many, this healthy cycle is disrupted because sleep doesn't always come easy. Fortunately, there's Ambien. Ambien is a prescription sleep aid that can help you get a full night's sleep. While natural sleep is best, Ambien helps you fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and wake rested and refreshed, not groggy the next morning. No wonder Ambien is the #1 prescribed sleep aid in America. Until you know how Ambien will affect you, you shouldn't drive or operate machinery. Side effects may include drowsiness, dizziness, and diarrhea. You shouldn't take it with alcohol. All people taking sleep medicines have some risk of becoming dependent on the medicine. Prescription sleep aids are most often taken for 7 to 10 days as needed. Your doctor will advise you about taking them longer. In most instances, memory problems can be avoided if you take Ambien only when you're able to get 7 to 8 hours sleep before you need to be active again. Talk to your doctor about Ambien and wake rested and ready to start your day. Ambien works like a dream.
We're making better choices every day to keep our cholesterol and blood pressure healthy.
Like choosing to eat more fish and less red meat.
And now we're choosing a new multivitamin, One-A-Day Cholesterol Plus.
Introducing new One-A-Day Cholesterol Plus, the only complete multivitamin with polycosanol and heart-supporting nutrients to help maintain healthy cholesterol and blood pressure.
For us, there's no better choice.
New One-A-Day Cholesterol Plus.
I know that look. You're thinking about the delicious, nutritious salmon in New Beneful Healthy Radiance with omega fatty acids for that thick, shiny coat. Just look at that healthy glow.
New Healthy Radiance. Another healthful, flavorful Beneful.
If hospitals got report cards, would yours make the grade?
They're worried about embarrassment.
Tomorrow, the hidden medical information you need to know about right now before going to the hospital. Don't miss World News Tonight with Peter Jennings tomorrow.
There was another encouraging report about the economy today. The government said that retail sales jumped 1.4% last month. That was double the forecast and the biggest increase in 6 months. Some economists are viewing this as more evidence the soft patch in the economy we've heard so much about may be ending. Scientists across the country are working hard to find the next blockbuster medication for pain. More than 50% of Americans suffer from chronic or recurrent pain, and an ABC News poll found that among those who have sought medical help, just 30% said they got a great deal of pain relief. Drug companies are getting creative in their search for the next big pain medicine. We continue our special series on pain with ABC's Lisa Stark.
Scientists are looking at everything to find the next painkiller, from the poisonous pufferfish to spicy chili peppers. At Eli Lilly and dozens of other companies, there are drug hunting teams focused just on pain.
We're trying to basically understand what are the pathways, what are the targets for new drugs in the central nervous system throughout the pain pathways.
Pathways are the route pain travels from one nerve to the next through electrical impulses all the way to the brain. A Canadian drug company is trying a novel approach, a drug from the pufferfish. Its poison can paralyze a person in minutes. Tests of tiny amounts of the fish's toxin have shown it can actually relieve pain in cancer patients.
We have shown the patient have a complete pain relief, some of the cases up to 15 days.
The toxin works by blocking sodium, which is needed for nerves to transmit signals to one another.
There's even hope in the chili pepper. GlaxoSmithKline has discovered that the same sensor in the body that reacts to the hot chili pepper plays a role in pain. It is now testing a compound to turn off that sensor.
In addition to new drugs, some scientists are trying to improve old ones. Opiates like OxyContin relieve severe pain but are highly addictive. One company is testing a drug from the opium plant combined with another medication that blocks addiction.
To the extent that we can provide patients with sufficient, adequate pain relief without making them feel hooked on our drug, we think that's a huge advance for pain management.
A blockbuster drug could mean billions for a pharmaceutical company and relief for patients. Gwen Herman has chronic pain from a car accident.
I mean, there are days where I just wish I wasn't living because it's so bad. It's like, how much more do I have to take of this, you know?
Drug companies are exploring hundreds of possible pain drugs. Unfortunately for Herman and others, most are years away. Lisa Stark, ABC News, Washington.
And you can find all of the reports in our pain series at abcnews.com. When we return, a different kind of Star Wars frenzy, hawking billions in Star Wars products, even to children too young to see the movie.
With all the recent news on prescription pain relievers, you may be asking what's right for you. Talk to your doctor and ask about Advil. The fact is, no other over-the-counter pain reliever has been proven stronger or to last longer on tough pain than Advil. Not Tylenol, not Aleve. Advil has been trusted by millions for over 20 years. Ask your doctor if the strong, trusted pain relief of Advil is right for your kind of pain.
This has been a family business for 5 generations. I learned a lot from my father over the years.
Listening is a very important part of running a family business. You listen, draw your inspiration from the consumer. Make certain we have products the consumer can see the difference in.
To make our products better, we have to listen to people who buy Glade or Windex or all of our products. Listening, that's how we come out with better products.
S.C. Johnson, a family company.
In the future, everyone will protect their eyes from sun damage like they protect their skin. Transitions lenses. They automatically adjust to changing light and block harmful UV rays and glare. So don't wait until tomorrow. The danger is here today, and so is the protection. Ask your eye care professional about Transitions lenses. Transitions, available at JCPenney Optical.
Hello, my darling. Your last blossom beckons. I am so congested. If only my medicine could treat and help prevent these seasonal nasal allergy symptoms.
Only Nasonex is clinically proven to both treat and help prevent most seasonal nasal allergy symptoms, including congestion. Only Nasonex. Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
I have returned my flower, a changed bee.
To treat and help prevent most seasonal nasal allergy symptoms, Nasonex is the one. Talk to your doctor.
Something you've always believed is about to change. The first light ice cream that's as rich and creamy as regular is here. Dreyer's slow-churned light ice cream with half the fat. You've been waiting for this.
He said.
Be flexible.
She said.
I'm not flexible.
Enough said. Not even close.
I want facts, and until I get them, my pants are staying on.
Grey's Anatomy, Sunday, 10/9 Central, only on ABC.
Tomorrow, an unforgettable Good Morning America. Diane Sawyer takes you inside her most deeply personal relationship, the close bond she shares with her sister. Love, laughter, and the secrets only a sister can know. Start your day good to go with Good Morning America.
Finally tonight, everything Star Wars. The 6th and final Star Wars movie, Revenge of the Sith, premieres tonight and officially opens in 1 week. But a flood of products has already hit the stores since the first Star Wars. The series has generated nearly $9 billion in merchandise sales and licensing fees, 3 times the total ticket sales. This year, Star Wars, the marketing force, is proving to be unstoppable. Here's ABC's Dan Harris.
Nice, Chewie. Chewbacca is recording ringtones for a cell phone company.
Try one with no accent.
Yoda is using Jedi mind tricks to steal soda.
Your drink, desire you not.
Star Wars, the marketing force, has married its name to a pile of products, including masks, dolls, lightsabers, hats, snacks, cups, more snacks, wind-up toys, action figures, cereal, and even a best-selling book.
The Darth Vader TIE Fighter.
The Star Wars films practically invented movie merchandising.
This Star Wars brand has been really the biggest licensed toy brand of all time.
The struggling toy industry is pinning great hopes on the new movie because, as we found at Toys R Us, Star Wars is popular with both kids
Like Darth Vader.
and people who are allegedly grown up.
I'm asking for the Anakin light-changing lightsaber for my birthday.
There's concern, though, about how many of the Star Wars toys and other products are aimed directly at young children. Even the creator, George Lucas, has said the new movie is too dark and brutal for 5- and 6-year-olds. This final episode, in which Anakin Skywalker turns into Darth Vader,
Twisted by the dark side, young Skywalker has become.
is the first not to be rated PG, but PG-13. Yet many of the toys are targeted at children as young as 3. The gory, climactic battle scene takes place on a lava planet, which is the inspiration for Lava Berry Explosion Pop-Tarts. Critics say George Lucas, whose company greenlights all merchandising, is trying to have it both ways.
He made a movie that he knows isn't good for 4- and 5-year-olds. Why is he marketing it to them?
Today, Lucasfilm would only say parents are the best judges of the movies their children can see. But with this movie promoting and being promoted by such products as Darth Tater, part villain, part potato head, parents may have to choose between saying yes to a scary movie or saying no, unleashing their children's dark side. Dan Harris, ABC News, New York.
Darth Tater. That is World News Tonight for this Thursday. Don't forget to tune in tonight to Primetime Live and Nightline. And tomorrow on the program, our Person of the Week. I'm Elizabeth Vargas. For Peter Jennings and all of us at ABC News, good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source. Tonight, George Lopez making millions laugh, but what no one knew was just how close to death he was. Now, for the first time, inside his stunning ordeal, and the woman who saved his life not once, but twice on Primetime.
An all-American girl spirals out of control. A desperate family plots the ultimate confrontation. Next, Oprah. Tomorrow at 3 here on ABC 7.
Hi, I just want to make a deposit.
You have your account number?
Right here.
Lean forward, please.
What is this?
It's our new customer tracking system. It has your account number and barcode. Speeds you right through the line.
Now what?
That line over there.
Feel like banks are getting a bit impersonal? Try Washington Mutual. We're building our bank around you because we never forget it's your money.
It's a holdup.
I hate it when these things don't scan.
Washington Mutual.
Life doesn't stand still, and neither do we. That's why families come to Lowe's to make their summer more fun. Not because we have the latest grills for every budget, Even this charbroil patio kitchen, which only Lowe's has.